Morning, y'all. Just wanted to share with y'all this morning. Do you know what one of my favorite things to do is I love to go up to somebody who's like an artist. Either they're writing a song or they're painting a picture. I love to go up to people who paint pictures and just watch them paint for a few minutes. And then as they're finishing it and they're like, man, I really feel great about this painting. Like, it's awesome. I love to go, no, it's not. Paint it different. I love to tell them, like, you need to do this over here. This is how you should paint it so that I like it, not so that you like it. I love doing that. I love just telling an artist that they need to do it different because that's what I prefer. You know, the reality is that's not true. I don't love to do that. But that's what I think I treat God sometimes. I look at this creation. I look at the way he's made me. I look what he's doing in the world around me, and I go, do it different. I want you to love me and do for me and give to me all the things that I want on my terms. And I just think to myself, I'm always struck by Paul's words in the book of Ephesians where he says, for we are to God his masterpiece, or some translations say his artwork. You know, God is a masterful creator. And I think sometimes we get very, self-involved when it comes to our faith. And we get very arrogant that God should love us, do for us, bless us the way that we think that we should get it. And then we have a tendency, and I'm guilty of this, y'all, of getting mad at him when it doesn't happen exactly the way that we think it should happen. He doesn't love us the way that we think he should love us. You know, the book of John in chapter 3, it's probably the most famous verse in the Bible. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall find eternal life and not perish. You know, I think about that and I think, you know, Paul's words in the New Testament ring true. For his grace is sufficient for me. His power is made perfect in my weakness. His grace is, you know, if God loved us so much to give his only Son. Shouldn't that be enough? And yet we tell him that this world should look a certain way. And we tell him that he should do certain things. He should love us the way that we tell him he should love us. Is grace sufficient? Is grace enough? If we look around, can we not see the wonderful hand of creation at work? Yet we push for more. We push for different. We push for it in our terms. See, that's all when we base our faith on feelings, y'all. And the problem with basing our faith on feelings is every time we change our minds or we're having a bad day, we'll walk away from Jesus. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son. So there's three things I want kind of just for us to be thinking and praying on today. One, you are a creation of God. You are his masterpiece. You know, this world is his masterpiece. We don't get to tell him how to love us and bless us. Two, for God so loved the world that he gave us his Son. God, I don't know that there is more love out there than that. Yet we don't need to be yelling at God and getting angry at God when we don't feel like he's loved us the right way or given us things the way we expect them. And three, his grace is sufficient for me. Is Christ's grace sufficient, or are you always pushing for more from him? Are you treating him like a slot machine? I put in a prayer, pull the lever, I expect to get a winning. Or do we just look at him and go, I'm so grateful that you love me just the way I am, and you call me a masterpiece. I don't know about you. If there's somebody that needs to hear this that's struggling right now to feel God's love, or they're telling you they're mad at God, or they're frustrated with God because he's not loving or doing what they want, maybe this is something you need to share with them. I know God's been working that in my spirit, just in teaching me to be more grateful and living in a state of gratitude towards his love and his mercy and his grace. Just something to chew on today. I love y'all. Have a great July 5th.